Molly, officers found that 55-year-old victim at the entrance to this apartment complex. They say he was holding a bloody towel against his left arm. The victim today telling us what officers did next likely saved his life. Milo is recovering from a machete attack at his downtown Bellevue apartment.
He was in the tricep region.
Police report the suspect first accused Milo of stealing his wallet at August Wilson Place. Then with a machete made a deep cut in Milo's arm. Milo tried stopping the bleeding with a towel until police got there and told us he's grateful for what the two officers did next.
Fortunately, knew what he was doing and placed a tourniquet on my arm and stopped the bleeding because I was bleeding pretty bad.
Do you think the Bellevue police actions saved your life?
I truly do believe so.
Milo told police he knew the suspect, a 66-year-old fellow tenant who fled in a silver Nissan sedan. Kirkland police reportedly found this machete matching the description of the assault weapon, and BPD booked it into evidence.
There was 12 cop cars out here, so it was very serious.
Alex Fitzgerald has lived a year at this complex for the low-income homeless and formerly homeless. He wants to see LIHI make changes for everyone to feel safer, including working families, retirees, and veterans.
We want to know who's coming in and who's going out, and we also want notifications monthly about incidents happening here.
In response, the property manager over the phone said LIHI is confident in their security camera system, adding that staff responded within 40 minutes of the attack. She says the nonprofit cannot add a guard out front, but case management is on site to address people's concerns. Meanwhile, a worker at a nearby business says a bigger police presence could help.
I would say overall Bellevue is a great city. This is just kind of a bit of an outlier.
And BPD tells me that since January, officers have responded to 3 calls at this apartment complex. They also add that they will continue doing their routine and also proactive patrols throughout this area and all of downtown. For now, live in Bellevue, Jackie Kent, KOMO News.
A Bellevue man is recovering from a machete attack at an apartment complex. Tonight, neighbors are demanding safety changes to the complex run by the nonprofit Low-Income Housing Unit, otherwise known as LIHI. Jackie Kent has the latest details from the investigation as police search for the suspect who was still missing tonight.
So I spoke with the victim, and he is out of the hospital back at his apartment complex. He says before this attack, the suspect first accused him of stealing his wallet at August Wilson Place, which is the name of their apartment complex. Then with a machete, the suspect made a deep cut in this man's arm. This man tells us his name is Milo. He tried stopping the bleeding with a towel until police got there, and he says that fortunately the officer was quick to place a tourniquet on his arm to stop the bleeding until fire crews could get there. And he actually credits these police officers with saving his life. Now, in addition to all of this excitement, Milo told police he knew the suspect, a 66-year-old fellow tenant who fled in a silver Nissan sedan. That suspect still missing tonight, and we know he's also a tenant of the same apartment complex. As for the weapon, Kirkland police reportedly found a machete matching the description of the assault weapon, and BPD booked that into evidence. Something that's important to note is this happened at a LIHI-managed property. This is for low-income, homeless, formerly homeless residents. A lot of people are reacting to this, and so we reached out to find out what neighbors think and also LIHI's response. We talked to a man named Alex Fitzgerald. He's lived a year at that complex. He wants to see LIHI make changes for everyone to feel safer. He said there are a lot of people who live there, including working families, retirees, veterans. They want to know who's going in, who's leaving. They want a check-in sheet at the front desk. They also want notifications monthly about any potential incidents that happen on the property, whether it's violent or property crime. We also talked to a worker at a nearby business who says a bigger police presence is also needed because they've also dealt with some property crime in connection with that apartment complex next door. So in response to all this, the property manager over the phone tells me LIHI is confident in their security camera system. Staff responded within 40 minutes of this attack on Friday. She says in terms of adding additional security elements, she says the nonprofit cannot add a security guard, for example, out front because of cost. But she says the case manager is on site to address people's concerns if they have any. We also checked in with police. They say officers have responded to 3 calls at this complex since January, and that they'll continue to carry out, their typical routine patrols, but also proactive patrols in this neighborhood because they know it's an ongoing problem. So, of course, still a lot to look at with this case. The suspect is still missing, so we'll keep you updated as we learn more.